Is your marriage struggling and you are not sure how to fix it? Please don't give up yet. Today, I'll be sharing 4 ultimate and powerful solutions that could save your marriage and restore the love and trust you once had. Now, these steps are not just about surviving in marriage, they're about reigniting the love, the trust, and connection you once had. So, whether you're dealing with constant argument, emotional distance, or simply feeling stuck, these solutions can guide you to a healthier, more loving marriage. Hi friends, my name is Imo. I'm the author of these 2 published books. I'm also a marriage counselor and a life coach. So let's get right into it and discuss the 4 solutions that can help you save your marriage. Solution number 1, identify when this started. When did it all start? When did the bickering, the name calling, the constant arguing, when did it all start? Was it after a particular time or a particular happening? Can you point to a certain time when you noticed this? Because this would be a good place to start. Suss out the root. Figure out the underlying issue. Has this always been the way you guys have been ever since you got married from the beginning of relationship? Or was it at a time, probably when the kids started coming in? Maybe when you started having in-laws, you started, doing all kind of things. Maybe it was when you started your business. Try and think back to the time when it all started. So you've identified the source, you've identified the roots. Now let's move on to solution number 2. Initiate meaningful conversation. Now, this conversation will be quite different from the ones you've had in time past, because for this conversation to be effective, it would have to be devoid of blames, finger pointing, name calling, yelling. I highly recommend that you set aside a suitable time for this. For instance, after a hectic day, a long day at work may not be a good time. Both of you will be tired. Pick a time when both of you are quite relaxed and less distracted from kids and chores. For my husband, I remember whenever we go through phases like this or some phases like this, we'll wake up in the middle of the night or wake up very early in the morning to talk about this thing. Early in the morning is a good time because then we've rested, we're well relaxed. People are not as grumpy as they would have been after a long day at work. So you've selected an appropriate time and have gotten your spouse to sit with you to be able to communicate. Now begin stating your concerns again, without the blame, without being disrespectful. And while you are stating your case or stating your concerns, let your husband or give him the grace to state his or hers too. Communicate your concerns and try not to do it in an accusatory, demeaning, finger pointing, derogatory tone. No. Again, communicate to understand the whys, the what behind things. Someone that just loves having sex with you has not had sex with you in a month, 2 months. Something is going on there. And don't just start and say, why have you not had sex, or why are we not having sex in this house? Or don't go on to be sarcastic. State it to understand what is going on, what is happening. I want to understand how you feel. I want to know what's going on in your mind. Then you're able to, get the person to communicate back with you respectfully as well. Now you're communicating with your spouse and you're doing so respectfully, seeking to understand the words and whys behind their actions. Make sure you do so paying attention to your spouse and actively listening. In relationships, what I've found out is that many times when we're having conversations, we're only listening to respond. We are listening to defend ourselves. We're listening to make sure that, anything anyone says that is incorrect, we bring it to their attention and say, hey, I want to correct you on this. But that's not what active listening is. Active listening is letting the other party, finish their discussion, finish whatever is on their mind, and listen to them without interruption, as this enhances communication better. Now, note that this will not just be a one-time discussion. During this discussion, things may escalate and you may go your different ways. Hey, don't give up. Don't give up yet. Okay, let everyone simmer down, let everyone calm down, and then come back again and have the conversation. Keep trying, different methods, different approaches, but just make sure that you all are able to sit down and able to talk it through. And this is what effective communication is all about. All right, the source of the problem has been identified, and both of you are communicating to an extent now. Now would be the time to begin the re-engagement process. And this is more about intentionally spending quality time together. Now, this entails, seeking activities. What are the things that both of you like to do together? Seek those activities, or seek to find those activities and initiate them. Do you guys like watching movies together? Do you like taking a walk together? Those things you used to do, while you were dating, those fun things that you used to find interesting, seek them and begin doing them again. While reconnecting, begin to initiate sexual and non-sexual gestures like holding hands, cuddling, kissing, hugging. During this time, you have to be intentional about your sex life. Of course, it would vary from couple to couple, but it is recommended that married couples should at least engage in sexual activities at least 1 to 2 times a week. During this re-engagement process, I would also recommend that you join a married couples group of fellowship. One of the things that's really helped my husband and I is the fact that we have other accountable partners, other accountable spouses. Whenever we meet, many times we meet once a month or once in 2 months, we're able to discuss marital issues. My husband actually reports me at the meeting and I report him too. And it's not so that, we come back home and we're feeling bad. No, we take it in good faith because we know that, with our accountability partner, we're able to learn, we're able to grow with them. I tell you, if you have a group, a married couples fellowship in your church, you'll be better off for it. Just joining them, learning things. The good things are also about, joining or engaging in couples fellowship is that you realize that the problem in your marriage is not just peculiar to you. My husband tells me that every time, since we started attending our couples fellowship, he realized I am not the only crazy one. All women, or most women, are crazy. And I tell him also all men are crazy, in their sense. We begin to understand that just some things are just not peculiar to you or your marriage. And those things, you probably do not make a big deal out of it. Then you also begin to realize that males, there are certain traits peculiar to them. Females, there are certain traits peculiar to them. You learn a lot about your spouse. You also learn a lot about other people's marriage, and you are better for it. Now, the fourth solution, which is actually the most important of all the solutions, is to cover your home together. Ecclesiastes 4:12 says, a person standing alone can be attacked and defeated, but two can stand back to back and conquer. Three are even better, for a triple braided cord is not easily broken. Another version puts it this way: a cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. The enemy is after homes, especially Christian homes. God is the glue that can glue a marriage together. I can categorically tell you that my marriage of 8.5 years, my happy marriage, thankfully, thanks to God, is not been by my strength or my husband's strength. It's just been by God's grace. Give God a chance in your home. And I highly recommend married couples to always pray. Take one day of the week in our home. Every Wednesday is our praying and fasting day. Take that day, even if it's not Wednesday, even if it's half a day, or even if you're not able to fast. Just have a particular day in the week that both of you or your family come together in the place of prayer, in the place of agreement, praying for your family, putting your family in the hands of God, in the care of God. Once God is involved, that 3 chord being you, your spouse, and God, once God is involved and the partners are humble and teachable, ready to put in the work required, that home is blessed. Work on your marriage. Many people feel like, a good marriage, a happy marriage, is a union of 2 lucky couples. No, it's a lot of hard work and dedication and commitment. People go to school to study things, to study animals, but no one really studies marriage. There is a process, and those people that are getting it right, they are following the process. So I always encourage people to invest in their marriage, invest time in your marriage, invest resources in your marriage. But our home, in our house, sometimes what we do is we listen to messages together. We just do all these things together, investing in our marriage. We take our time, to invest in ourselves, to date each other again, to do all these things that are very intentional, things that we know will move our marriage forward, will help us be better. So I want to encourage you that every opportunity you get to invest in your marriage, time, money, whatever it is, invest in it. It will pay off for you in the end. Now, here are the 4 solutions I have for you today, but these are not the only available solutions. And that's why I would also encourage you to go beyond the YouTube video and watch more YouTube videos, read a book, listen to messages. All these things are where you will find wisdom to navigate your marriage. If the solutions resonate with you, please leave me a comment below and let me know which one you'd like to start implementing. Now, if you have watched this video to this point, you will need to know about the 7 different seasons of marriage and how you can navigate this season. So make sure you check out this video titled The 7th Season of Marriage, as this will prepare you for what is to come and what to expect in marriage. My name is Imo, and until next time when I come your way again,